I've never seen anything trend on Twitter for as long as Too Many Cooks is.
I seriously doubt that.
No, I'm serious. Even
how long has it been trending?
Since Thursday.
And it's Monday now.
It's Monday. Nothing ever lasts the weekend.
Well, nothing not important, I'd assume. I'm thinking like all those movements and stuff that happened, and like
I bet Occupy was probably
government regimes being overturned.
Yeah, and then like I remember when Robin Williams died. That was maybe only 2 days though.
Yeah, I get over that really fast.
What about Harlem Shake? That trended for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. Was it 4 days?
Is there like some kind of chart for this? Kind of like the box office numbers, like the most.
Right. There's got to be
data.
There's definitely data on it for sure. We don't have access to that data, but
nor do I think I care.
No, I care.
You care?
It's like strange. Although I think if somebody is first telling you about it now, that's someone you shouldn't follow anymore.
If they're using old hashtags,
because it's like Jesus Christ.
That's like having hashtag winning right now.
Right, exactly.
Like, wow, you're so on the ball.
It's so far gone. It's so out of vogue. I mean, if like people just discovering it now, it's like, how did that happen?
I saw it all last week while I was sick, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll click it sometime.
And you still haven't watched it?
No.
God, it's like the glue of the world right now.
Well, if it was on Netflix, I probably would have watched it.
Ariel, right?
It's pretty good.
I'd like click a link.
It's just so good. It's so and I love that a lot of people hate it. I love it. Love it. That's how I'm gonna use this as like the barometer now for whether or not I like someone.
I don't
think,
hey,
I'm Jeff. Before we start having a conversation, did you like Too Many Cooks? No. Oh, this is where we part ways.
So you think that this is something that's gonna be relevant to you in like 3 weeks?
That's a good question.
I don't really think so.
Maybe. I don't know. Probably not.
It'd be like Nyan Cat. Like that thing was kind of neat for a while. And then that's over.
But this was an event. This was not an event. It was a show though. It was like it was on TV and it was a thing. Like True Detective stays with me a year later. It stays with me and haunts my soul.
All right, then let's see what happens. In a couple of weeks.
This
when
is
you
not,
completely
this
forget.
is not some dick around 3-minute BuzzFeed video. This is like
because it required a commitment of your time that you're like, I'm going to make this a part of my humanity.
I don't know, Ariel. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like feels more important than just like a viral YouTube video, because this was TV first, and it was like it was a big production.
Yeah, you could tell they put a lot of work into it. I think I would definitely go back to it eventually.
Totally.
You know,
like the Macarena. That's what he's gonna do.
There are points in culture and history. There are needle-moving points. It is my belief that this is one of those moments.
Okay, so when the setup is fantastic. I can't wait to watch this tonight. Go.
You're gonna hate it.
I'm gonna make some popcorn.
Well, that's when we see like whether or not you and I are supposed to like cosmically
ever hang out. I'd be like,
this will be the test for that. This is the litmus test for that.
Sounds fantastic.
Done?
Done.
Great. It's Monday, November 10th, 2014. Let's start the show. Welcome to the 404 Show, kiddies. My name's Jeff Backler. I'm here with Iyaz Akhtar and Ariel Nunez over on the board.
Hello.
Hello. You look good in pink, in that pink light.
Oh, thank you.
I just want everyone to know
He carries that around everywhere he goes. That's the weird thing.
Yeah.
He does.
I put the light here.
Right. It's just this aura you have about you, sir.
Exactly.
Hope everyone had a great... What's that?
Tomorrow I'm wearing a pink shirt.
Damn straight you're wearing. Please wear a salmon shirt.
Okay, salmon it is.
Salmon? You like salmon? Speaking of salmon, you ever watch...
John Oliver?
Yeah. He jacked us.
I saw this in the news. He was apparently shooting people in the face with the salmon cannon.
Yeah. The thing we covered like 2 months ago.
I saw that too, and I was like, do I bring it up in the lineup? Like, no. I'm not going to bother, because that's a little petty. But you know what? We did find this thing 2 months ago.
We did, and I love John Oliver and that show, and he's way better at that, you know.
Well, he got access to the salmon cannon.
Dude, so not only did you have to go watch it. So if you've listened to our show, you know about the salmon cannon. You know about this thing that like manually shoots fish upstream. He did this whole segment. It was the season finale last night. And he's like shooting salmon from his studio into all these other studios. He did it to like Letterman. He did it to Jon Stewart. He did it to Homer Simpson. He got the Simpsons to play ball.
That sounds like he's got some clout.
He's got some friends in the biz. Who do we have? We got
Les. We can talk to Les.
Yeah, our old homeboy Les.
We could just chuck salmon like at The Good Wife.
Right.
What do you think?
Cool. NCIS just gets a a salmon in the face.
The S in NCIS stands for salmon.
I'm sure LL Cool J will play ball, right? I'm sure he'll get on board.
I think so.
All right, let's move along. Go check out that video. I'll link to it in the show notes. There's like Toy Story controversy hitting the internet. And I know this is, a sign of the times. Big deal for Monday. What's going on with Toy Story, and should I care?
All right, so Pixar announced that they're going to come out with a Toy Story 4 coming in 2017.
Okay, is that it?
That's the news story. But what really happened, though, is everyone freaked the hell out. Because the thing is, if you watch Toy Story 1, 2, and 3...
Okay, I have not. I don't even think I saw the first one front to back.
Ariel, did you watch 1, 2, or 3?
I watched one.
Okay.
One.
Just a side note, Ariel didn't even know there was, right?
I thought this was number 2. I thought this was the second one.
Yeah, a sequel. See, now a sequel to Toy Story would have been a good idea.
I saw the first one. I don't even think I saw the first one.
They actually did make a sequel to Toy Story, so Ariel is going to be very happy.
2 and 3.
2 and 3 exists, and 3 was pretty freaking good. It had a great ending.
People cried.
People cry all the time at Pixar stuff.
And Bridget cared.
That's me. That's me. Let me just
look the same to me.
Yeah, whoa.
Hold on.
You got darker,
there
man.
You go.
Yeah, that's that was my alter ego during last week. When I'm sick, I'm Bridget Carey.
Everyone knew it. You just go into a phone booth.
It's kind of like Shazam, he just says Shazam. Wonder Woman does the clinking of the bracelets. I'm out of bracelets.
I'm sorry, Toy Story.
Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4. All right, so there's all these stories that people are just pissed about it because Toy Story 3 was really good. 2 was better. 3 was really great, and everyone's leave it alone because you're gonna screw it up.
I don't believe that. Pixar's never screwed up anything. Name one movie they screwed up.
Cars 2.
That doesn't count. No one.
How does that not count?
No one cares about that series. I don't care about talking cars.
But
I know it messes with the whole Pixar, timeline.
It doesn't actually. It's part of
it. No one cares about talking. I'm sorry.
Wait a second.
That Cars franchise is stupid. At best, it's stupid.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you.
But Incredibles is great.
Mm-hmm.
Nemo, awesome.
Brave wasn't actually. That was Pixar too.
Who?
Brave.
Oh, Brave with the redhead.
Yes.
Yes.
The redhead.
Great. I didn't see it.
Wally was Pixar.
Wally was baller. Come on, where are we at? Cars sucks.
All right, so this is a 4th movie though in a series. They haven't done a 4th movie to anything.
Oh, you mean the most successful franchise out of the whole Pixar?
That would be correct.
Archive.
That's right.
Oh yeah, why not make another one?
Because they had a bunch of soul in the first 3, and you want to make sure that you keep it there. Could you imagine? Let's say there was this really great, crime movie. Let's call it The Godfather, right? And you're part 1 was awesome, and part 2 is great. People
part
are
2 is arguably better.
Agreed. But then you're hey, let's do it again. But then you're why would we do more?
Hold water.
Absolutely, it will.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't hold water because Godfather 3, terrible, we all know, right? Compared to the first 2.
Yeah, but still better than a lot of crap out there.
Of course, but they did the trilogy with Toy Story, so why not do another one? They did 3 Toy Stories.
But that's the point in stopping because you already got the ending of this.
Yeah, but what if 4 is great and they should make a 5?
That's impossible.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway,
how could you tell when the cutoff time
The internet's freaking out. People are tweeting like crazy. Toy Story 4, where Woody and Buzz sneak into Andy's dorm room to replace his Ritalin and Adderall with multivitamins.
Oh, get some real problems, internet.
Here we go. So do we find post-grad Andy struggling with unemployment and student loans at Pizza Planet using a slice to dry his tears? Basically, what is the plot of Toy Story 4? Because there's really no point to this thing at some juncture.
So that's a valid argument.
I hope an iPad is the villain in Toy Story 4.
That's good. I like that.
Which one?
This one.
The iPad?
I hope an iPad is the villain.
That'd be funny.
These toys are going to be jettisoned for, I don't know, romantic pursuits at some point.
Maybe those Breaking Bad action figures could come into play. They start cooking toy meth.
Okay, now
I've got something.
Now you got something to watch.
Now you're sharpening your pencil.
You got a grim and gritty Toy Story 4 with
PG-13
with Bryan Cranston keeping his role.
Yeah, as Walter White,
who could never die because he's a plastic toy.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm liking this.
No, what it is they're cooking drugs into action figures, and the Toy Story crew finds out about it, and they want to bring these people to justice.
Are the toys all whacked out of their gourds because they are made of drugs, or
no? They're not. They're not biological, so they can't take away the benefits of drugs.
So they're just merely containers. For
that's it. They're just
they're laced.
They're just vessels.
They're just laced.
Yeah, and then they got to be melted down.
So these toys are gonna lose their lives, and they're freaking out because they're they're gonna melt us down.
Right. Yep.
There's your
the villain is the incinerator. named like
Well, that was
Larry.
okay. That's actually the villain in 3. So
Is it really?
Well, yeah.
I didn't see it.
Well, then you wrote 3. How did you not? How do you not watch these freaking movies?
Because, man, movies, I've become disenchanted with film over the last decade. It's not, movies for the most part are not good. They're not good anymore.
It's Pixar. You just said nothing they make sucks. Why would you watch something else that could suck versus a Pixar flick?
Because I like, bigger, like, stakes. I want there to be like drama, I want to see like something super hilarious, but for adults.
You should watch 2 and 3.
Or serious drama.
You should watch 2 and 3.
Really?
Yeah, it's got stuff for like adults in it.
All right. No, the
it's a
Pixar movies are
tearjerker.
good. I know that. I know it's good. I'm just lazy.
Monsters University, that was a lousy sequel. There you go.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see that either. I didn't see the first one either. I've only seen 2 Pixar movies.
Your sample size is too small.
I know.
Your praise is so out of proportion to the amount of Pixar you
I know.
have
There's a lot of Pixar
purported
out
to
there.
watch.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
people are upset about it. I don't know. I'm afraid that it's just Disney forcing the issue and making a potentially craptacular movie, and I just don't want to see that.
I think you're crazy if you didn't think they were going to make a Toy Story 4. Where the hell? Where do you live? What planet do you live on? Right? If you didn't think Toy Story 4 was going to happen, you think you're just going to put that to bed?
Yeah,
You think they're going to stop making James Bond movies?
Okay, so now you're comparing Toy Story and Pixar
No,
to
I'm
James
just talking about like
Bond.
successful legacy franchises that will never go away. You think we're never going to see Batman again?
Batman's been around for like 60 years.
I know, and Toy Story is probably close to 20. And those films are box office gold. To put it to bed now would be irresponsible.
So you're thinking there's going to be like a second set of
That's it,
trilogy.
man.
There's going to be a second
Buzz
trilogy.
And Woody, telling you, Tim Allen is he working? Besides that, he's got a show on TV, right?
Last
He
Man
plays
Standing.
plays like a Republican.
I don't know.
And he's like.
You really think I was going to watch that show? I watched Selfie, damn it. I'm not watching Last Man
Oh,
Standing.
how'd that work out for
It
you,
got
bud?
canceled.
Oh, yeah, it
You
did.
believe this crap?
Yeah, it did. You want to know why?
No.
It's okay because it's called Selfie. That's why.
Show wasn't that bad.
There's something wrong in the world where I can tell whether or not a show will be canceled just on the name, never seeing it. I was like, "There's no way that's going to survive."
Mulaney, is it going to get canceled?
Well, it's a different set of
Just
circumstances.
curious.
They did cut down the order for the show.
There
I
you
know.
go.
Yeah,
That's horrible.
So probably.
I didn't realize Nebula, if you watch Guardians of the Galaxy, if you watched it yet, which you haven't,
No, I haven't. Oh, it's coming out on DVD rental soon.
Nebula is the lead in Selfie. I had no freaking idea. This will make more sense in about like 6 years when you watch the movie.
I'll see it before then.
Okay. That'll happen.
Okay. I'm glad you're feeling better. All right, tell me about. Tell me.
What?
That's good, right?
Yeah.
I do. I got good
Okay.
timing sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. It's rare. It's very rare.
Tell me about Singles Day in, I believe it's China.
In China, all right. So there was this. We were talking about this last week in a meeting, and there's this thing in China called Singles Day. It's on November 11th, 11111. Get it? Singles.
Singles.
Singles
Is
Day.
it for like actual single people?
Yeah, it was started off like a joke originally. This holiday was about young Chinese celebrating or lamenting being single. So there would be like these matchmaking parties, or they would just be by themselves. And it started off as a joke, but it was turned into like this monstrously large buying event where people just buy stuff for themselves.
So it's
Or-
their Black Friday.
Sort of, but like it kind of dwarfs Cyber Monday. It makes like twice as much money in the one day. It's 24 hours.
I mean,
and
if
that's
it's
it.
China, it probably does better than Black Friday too.
Probably. I haven't seen any stats compared to Black Friday. But last year, Alibaba, like they're the ones really that make a lot of money, stand to make a lot of money. They're like the Amazon of China. They booked $5.8 billion in transactions on one day.
Oh my God.
That was just last year.
Oh my God.
So they've been killing it with this. But like this, I had no idea this was a thing. And I don't know how it didn't make it to out here yet. I mean, we've got like Valentine's Day, and you're like, let me celebrate how much I love you. But this is completely about being alone.
It's not. It doesn't work here because there's a Black Friday and a Cyber Monday.
Well, you don't have to have it in November, right?
No, but
Just make
well,
it
if it's-
January 11th, right? 111.
That's too close to Black Friday. It
Months
is.
later?
It's less than 2 months later.
I don't think it's that big a deal.
But
It's where people are the most depressed, right? You just had New Year's. It's right before Valentine's Day. Actually, it might be a good spot for it.
I think you do it 2/11. You make it February 11, 3 days before Valentine's Day. Super depressing time of year.
Sounds good.
All the heart-shaped chocolates and all the teddy bears are out, and you're sitting at home with nothing to do.
And then buy yourself something.
Exactly. You treat yourself. Singles Day, USA.
It's going to happen.
Yep.
It should be a thing. Like, I'm just waiting for this to somehow be monetized properly here. I don't know if Hallmark can pull it off. Is this something they can do?
Do we look to Hallmark to do these
They
things?
make everything a freaking holiday.
Like
They're gonna
the card company?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, do you think like Mother's Day is so important, right? Why? Because you got to buy a freaking card and send it to your mom. You can't just call her up and say, "I love you, Mom." You have to send her a card.
Is this a mother issue you have?
No, it's an actual thing with the mail.
Right. No. Okay.
I have card issues, man.
I don't send cards.
Well, you're just a horrible person.
No, I call people.
You're
or
a horrible
I see them,
person.
Or I see them in person.
No, see, you have not bought into the Hallmark mentality.
Exactly.
You got to buy into it.
I'm one of the good guys.
Buy into it.
No.
Buy into it.
Okay. Say yes.
It's the Jack Bauer approach. I'm just going to say it 3 times.
And then you whisper it.
And that'll work.
Right.
It
And
just
you
did.
go, buy into it.
Buy into it. Okay, there we go. But yeah, so apparently on this day in China, though, they also eat 4 fried dough sticks representing the 4 ones in 1-1.
Oh, well, see, that's the part of the holiday I could get on board with. Eating some like Zeppelis on a stick.
I love this idea. I think it's going to be here. I don't know if 2/11 is the right one to go because that would be more depressing. I mean, in November, how depressed are you?
It's holiday times is depressing for a lot of people.
I've had some depressed holidays. I think we all have.
I think so.
Yeah.
Name one.
See, for me, I don't really ever know when Hanukkah is, so I don't know when I should be depressed. So it's actually great being Jewish.
So you just time it.
What about you? You have depressing holidays, Ariel?
I've had a few. Like, we all experience the holidays. Like, I had a breakup right before a holiday one year. The year I first moved here, that was kind of a depressing holiday.
Yeah,
because I was alone.
Yeah.
We all go through it. It just depends on where you're at in life.
I guess so. Maybe you should have just converted to Judaism.
Yeah,
Then his depression would have been on a day he didn't know.
It would be on such a magnitude higher because you're supposed to be really upset all the time.
So then, would he convert out so that he could realize that it wasn't so bad? This sounds like a holiday movie here.
This is how this is.
It's the boy
It's
who
like
converted.
a rehab clinic. This is how they get people off heroin.
The boy who converted to not feel pain.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really say I've had a depressing holiday, but I know there is this amazing Chinese phenomenon with like dating, and they all that country seems to be obsessed with it, right? So this just plays right into it. I'm not so sure. I know dating and online dating and the Tindering and all that is very large in America, but I don't know if Americans are willing to celebrate it in the way that the Chinese people have embraced it.
Like the anti-Valentine's Day thing that people do on the 14th. They're
How popular is that? How popular
It's
is
just
that?
an offshoot.
Right.
I'm saying. But like it starts up that way. I mean, if you can celebrate dressing
this
up.
is a global economic machine this day in China.
I know. It's crazy.
Anti-Valentine's Day is not even on the radar.
It should be.
All right.
Why not?
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong
you're
about
talking,
this.
You're preaching to the choir.
It's like,
I hate Valentine's.
It's like when you go to Amazon, it's like, why don't you buy yourself something at the very end? You're like,
maybe
I will.
Maybe I should.
It should just say, you deserve it. Yeah. 111.
All right. So that's tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it's actually happening in China.
It's happening right now, right? It's
and they're
tomorrow
clearing
in
a ton of money already.
I'm sure. It's amazing. Speaking of a ton of money, Mark Cuban went on record being asked what it's like to be a billionaire. And Iyaz found this important to talk about
It's
today.
really important, okay? Because, you got billionaires in technology like Bill Gates, right? Guys all serious and taking care and eradicating diseases, that kind of stuff, right?
Sure.
Philanthropist like crazy, saying he's not going to give all his money to his kids, not going to make them set for life. That's Bill Gates, right? Real serious dude. You got Mark Cuban on the other end, who I think he used to start like broadcast.com or something. That's where he made his money. He's asked by Rolling Stone, okay, what's it like to be a billionaire in the last question? He goes, what would surprise people about being a billionaire? He goes, nothing. It's effing amazing and off the charts.
So humble.
Yeah, he's super humble, right? Man, Mark Cuban's one of those guys that I like love and hate at the same time.
Why is that?
Because he acts like this.
Well, why wouldn't you say
because he
that?
acts like this.
Why wouldn't you? How often do you hear these freaking super bullshit humble people like,
that's true?
Well, I really do find there's a lot of pressure in all of this stuff.
There's a lot of people like that.
He doesn't bother with that. He's like, I'm going to talk smack.
He's in denial. He's delusional if he doesn't like see the issues, right?
Who says he doesn't see issues? They just ask, what's it like to be a billionaire? It's like,
right.
It's freaking awesome.
I'm sure most of it is awesome, but I'm sure there's a lot of it that's terrible.
Like what?
Like having to constantly tell people and friends and strangers, no, you can't have money.
I think he would enjoy that, actually. Like, screw you, I'm not paying you anything.
I mean, due to his wealth, that's got to be like a regular daily activity.
He probably has a guy for that.
I guess so. I'm sure he's like threatened all the time. I'm sure he's like a target in terms of criminal activity. And, like, yeah, his money's all tied up. And, like, if he owns the Mavericks.
Yes, that's correct.
Basketball sucks. Like, I don't know.
So this is why you actively choose not to be a billionaire.
Yeah,
the problems
dude.
you would have as a billionaire of constantly being kidnapped and being held for ransom.
Dude, you know what they say.
What's that? What do they say?
What do they say about having a lot of money?
More money, more problems.
That's right. Okay?
That's the entirety of
P.
it.
Diddy said it a long time ago.
Yeah, he
man.
did with Biggie in a song
and Mace.
where they sampled that old 70s song.
I look to them for all my financial advice.
Yeah. Right?
I like the way you guys make your career choices.
90s hip hop?
You're like,
Dude,
okay,
that song is amazing.
yeah, you're like
that
mutual
was a good song.
funds. I'm not gonna mess with the Wu-Tang
Man,
mutual
I was
fund.
I was
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
at a bar on Saturday and we were listening to 90s hip hop. There was like Warren G was on.
Oh, cool.
And what are you laughing at?
I just haven't heard the Warren G in years. I haven't
Nate
heard.
Dogg, like it was that music was so good.
Yeah, it was good.
When you hear, it's just so amazing. And then, I don't know. Ariel's the guy to talk to about this, but I'm really upset with where hip hop's gone.
It's not even really around anymore. It's like R&B.
No,
Pop.
hip hop is.
It's
very
definitely
good.
a thing still,
No.
Just got to dig around for it.
but it's just. I mean,
It's like rock and roll was a thing. Like it was. But like you want to find it. It's like there's all this freaking ukuleles and crap playing over it. You're like, no, that's not rock and roll. Stop calling that rock and roll. Take that banjo and ukulele. Get it out of here.
Well, that sounds like bluegrass. Anyway, I'm just saying I'm waxing reminiscent about, especially that song was so good.
Yeah, that was good.
Man, it was good. I remember that was like the first hip hop song that I like knew all the words to.
Which one?
More Money, More Problems.
Okay. And that's why you're not a billionaire.
That's why. I was like, damn, what? They're sending a very clear message. They're like, dude, it don't matter how rich you are. Shit's gonna pop up.
Yeah, but you can pay off the problems. That's part of the fun.
You can't throw money at
That's
everything,
I'm
man.
pretty sure there might be. Maybe I'm crazy, but maybe there's like a song or like I don't know, 50,000 that talk about how having a shit ton of money is actually lots of fun.
Well, all I can gather from how
I don't know. I might be wrong.
That's all the other rap songs.
but those fools don't know what they're talking about.
Clearly,
All I know is if you have a lot of money, you can kill people and get away with it.
like Mark Cuban does.
He doesn't
Sorry,
kill
Mark Cuban, just
people,
kidding.
does he?
No, well,
Some people kill people and get away with it if you have a lot of money. It seems like that's how that works.
okay,
You survive diseases that
would
poor
kill other
people
people.
wouldn't necessarily,
It's true.
And so that's it. But that is just the diamonds in the rough amidst all the more problems you will have.
You will
Okay?
pay and survive.
That's it.
I just like the refreshing honesty because I mean he's basically he's a dick. All right, that's
Right.
fine. But to just say that to Rolling Stone, like,
He's not a dick. He's a dick. Oh man.
no, what do you mean he's not? Yes, he is.
He is, but like sometimes I'll watch Shark Tank and I'll be like, whatever Mark Cuban says, I agree with it.
No,
'Cause
you're a
he's-
dick. That's okay.
That wouldn't be the first time someone.
Yeah,
called
I
me a
mean,
dick.
like,
Sure. Maybe I'm set to be a billionaire and I just have that Mark Cuban mentality.
Good way to look at it.
Right? That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. All right. So here's the deal. People, we have to select 4 winners for the Back to the Future contest.
how do we select them?
You and I have to do randomized Back to the Future hashtag Twitter work.
Okay.
We'll do that. But the legal crap says we can't announce them until we hear back from them. But I did hear back. So listen to this. The guy who won the Xbox One bundle
Yeah.
made it with like 12 hours to go. If he waited a little longer, he would have missed out.
It's a good thing he acted.
Good thing he acted. Okay? So congrats to Steve. He's going to get a Sunset Overdrive Xbox One bundle. The Call of Duty one will start next week, I believe. So stay tuned for details on how you can win a 1 terabyte Xbox One Call of Duty Advanced Warfare bundle. That's a lot of bytes.
Yeah, terrifying.
Right? And then we'll announce the Back to the Future winners hopefully by the end of the week. So stay tuned for that as well if you want to hear how you likely did not win that.
In the off chance
The
you're not one of
chances
the
are not
4.
good. They are not good. We got a
It could
lot
be
of
you,
submissions.
or you even.
It could
Maybe
be.
maybe not you.
It's likely none of you. Is like the truth about that.
So,
It's likely
so keep
none of
on
you.
listening so we can call you a loser. What are we doing?
I don't call you a loser.
Right. We
That's
can
like,
call. What
it's
if we
like
did
not
that?
winning the lottery doesn't make you a loser.
But what if we did that instead? We just don't announce the winners.
We're gonna announce all the losers.
Everybody who lost, we
Yeah.
just announce them, and so you wait to not hear your name.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah.
That sounds like the more practical way to go about it.
That's going to be the
Now
entire
you're thinking
show.
efficiently.
Efficiency is our middle name here on the show. 866-404-CNET. Give us a call. Someone called today, just not making me happy about stuff.
Which
And then
thing?
someone said, someone called about with like all the, don't throw out ingredient names. That guy pissed me off. And then,
Yes.
And then someone called up to say that Starbucks' secret ingredient in their coffee is salt.
Yes, after an 8-hour epic.
No, but don't you think
voicemail.
everyone would have known that that was the ingredient by now? Like, that would just be the thing. Starbucks sells millions of gallons of coffee every day, I'm sure. And no one up until now got the word out, hey, it's salt. No
never
way.
looked this
Maybe
up.
it's true. I don't know. You would think it would be common knowledge by now if that were the case.
You
right?
think this would pop up at some point in your head where like somebody would tell you that this happened? I don't know. I don't care. It's like, okay, it's got salt. Big deal.
How much salt? Can't have too much salt. It's not good for your heart.
You can't have too much. You can't have too much.
You can. It's not good. You
kill
should
you.
not have too much salt. So do that. If you want to get picked apart, send
Well,
us
they
a
have
voicemail,
salted drinks, though.
right? Send us a voicemail. And then shoot us an email, the404@cnet.com. Subscribe to our subreddit. That's a lot of fun in there. There's like great stuff. You could see like the video we shot with that little camera here the other day, behind the scenes stuff. We've got crazy photos and trivia and all this junk that you wouldn't normally hear on the show. If you care to go beyond just the podcast, go check out the subreddit and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That will do it for us today. Tomorrow, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Back here tomorrow. We'll see you then. I'm Jeff Bakalar.
I'm Bridget Carey.
I'm Ariel. Yes.
That's not bad. Quick on your feet. Good thinking. I
Pretty
like
good.
it. 404 high tech, low brow. We'll see you tomorrow.